Welcome back to my YouTube channel, but if you're new here, my name is Brittany and I'm a Chicago-based lifestyle content creator. Okay, so it's Friday, almost 5 o'clock. It's the friggin' weekend, baby. I mean, how many times can I say that on my weekend vlogs? But like, I truly love the weekends. And honestly, one of the best parts of the weekend, or the best feeling parts of the weekend, are Friday evening, because it's like, I'm free, baby. I can do whatever I want. So anyway, I have like a handful of things planned for this weekend. Honestly, almost too many, just because I don't usually like making this many plans in a weekend, but it all kind of just came together. And I mean, I didn't do anything last weekend, and I don't think I have many plans next weekend either. So whatever, it all worked out. So anyway, tonight I'm going to a show at the Den Theater in Wicker Park, which I don't know if I've been there before. Maybe I've been to one other show. So I'm going to a comedy show. I'm seeing Kid Fury, who is one of the co-hosts of The Read, one of my favorite podcasts, which I used to listen to religiously, like back, I don't know, probably back in like 2016 to like 2018 when I was commuting kind of a lot, or commuting like a further distance. So I feel like I listen to podcasts a lot. And then I still listen to it pretty much here and there up until the pandemic. And that's when I fell off of all my podcasts listening. But I love Kid Fury and Crystal. They're just both so funny, like relatable, very cool, chic. Like I want to be friends with them. And I actually had tickets to their live show that was supposed to happen, I think it was in last summer or fall, but that ended up being canceled because Kid Fury was having like a mental health struggle, it seemed like, or that's like kind of what they said about why they had to cancel their show. So it's really good to see him like back in action, and I'm excited to go to that. So I'm doing that tonight. Tomorrow I am doing like a pizza tour because I'm a pizza tour guide here in Chicago. So I have a pizza tour lined up, going to a dinner, like this like monthly dinner club that I'm a part of. Sunday, hopefully recharging a bit. So we'll see. Anyway, like I said, it's about 5 o'clock. The show starts at 7. So in the meantime, in between then and 7, I need to like get ready. I mean, I need to put makeup and stuff on. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I mean, I feel like it's pretty casual. So probably wear something comfortable, but like, I don't know, cool and chic. I like that sounds so lame, but probably just something comfy, but like a little bit nicer. I also just got these new glasses delivered the other day, and I'm really into them. And I feel like they're kind of like elevating some of my looks, if that makes sense, making my looks look a little chicer and cooler. Anyway, I'm literally just blabbing. I'll be back when I'm about to head out to the show. All right, so it's just about, ooh, this lighting is really hitting right here. It's the golden hour. All right, so it's like 6:30. I need to leave in a couple minutes because I'm trying to get there like a little bit early. It starts at 7:15, but I said to try to arrive 15 minutes early. And I literally can't remember if I've been here before, but I think it's the same place I saw Jasmine from TikTok do stand up last year. But as I'm about to head out, okay, I changed clothes probably like 4 times because I didn't know what to wear. And I'm in this like weird stage where I feel like I haven't really been like dressing like myself for maybe like almost 2 years. And I'm trying to like get back to that. And I cleaned up my closet last weekend, found a bunch of random stuff that I forgot I had, like including this jacket. So I just threw this outfit together. I had on something different first, but it felt a little too like drab, if that's the right word. I don't like that shadow on my face. Ooh, that lighting is nice. But okay, here's what I landed on. All right, so I think you can see all this. Yeah, so this is the jacket that I said I found in my closet, like in the back of my closet. It's kind of giving Cowboy Carter. The Beyonce influence is real. And then this top I just recently got from Old Navy. It's just like a really nice basic mock neck top. And then these are like trousers that I've had for a while from Old Navy. They're just like a loose trouser. And then I have these Cole Haan sneakers on. And so that is the final look. Let me see if the lighting is better out here. Okay, this mirror is maybe a little bit better. But okay, so this is the final look. About to head out. Like I said, I need to bring Rumi back inside. She's been going nuts out here on the balcony because it's like really nice out. And there's like kids walking up and down the street with scooters and stuff. I am gonna Uber there and back, so I'm not gonna put like an actual jacket on. I mean, this is like a pretty small crop jacket. And it's like 60 degrees. I'm sure it'll get cooler once the sun goes down, but I don't think I need anything extra. I'm gonna throw on a lip in the car too, but that's all for now. I'll be back once I'm at the Den getting ready to see Kid Fury. Good morning. It's Saturday And it's like a really beautiful day, like a perfect spring day, I feel like. So it's like 8:30. Yeah, it's just about 8:30, almost 8:40 right now. And I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I was supposed to be doing a pizza tour today. I'm like a tour guide for a local pizza for a Chicago-based pizza tour company, Pizza City USA, in case you're interested in looking for something to do while you're in Chicago, or even if you live here, would recommend it. But our pizza season, our tour season technically kicks off the weekend of Memorial Day, but people can schedule private tours like outside of that time. And that's what I had scheduled for today, a private tour for, I think it was probably a family or something. It was a group of 4 people. And the woman who like was the one coordinating everything, she just texted me like 10 minutes ago and said she's been sick all morning. So I'm assuming like stomach sick, and that they have to cancel. They're not going to be able to make it. So, I mean, that was like gonna take up a pretty big chunk of my day, like probably like 4 hours. So in a way, I was kind of relieved. Like it would be nice to make the extra money. Obviously, like that's like a large part. Besides the fact that I do enjoy doing the tours, I mean, it's nice to make a little extra cash too, chat with some new people and have some pizza. But I am kind of in a way like a little bit relieved that I don't have to do that today now because I have some free time back. That I could use this morning or like basically this afternoon. So one less obligation today. But the show last night was so good. I love Kid Fury, and I also just love like comedy shows like that and like Community, if you will. So I mean, they were very, very, very adamant about like no video, no pictures like during the show. So I didn't capture any content. I did see someone like taking a picture like right when he came out on stage, like a couple people, and I was like, okay, that's bold. Maybe I should have just tried to do it. But I was afraid of getting kicked out. And I was kind of sitting like right at like the front, not front row, but like an area that would have been easy for someone that worked there to see me and be like, ma'am, you need to leave. But his opener was really funny too. I need to like look her up because she's local to Chicago, because I would definitely see one of her stand-ups again. And like when she came out, she was like, I've never seen this many black people on Milwaukee before. And that's like kind of what I said when I got there too. I was like, wow, I feel like Wicker Park, this part of Wicker Park has probably never seen this many black people before. But it was like it was just like a good show. And like you could feel like how how much the crowd loved and appreciated Kid Fury. Like when he came out, like the audience was roaring. And like I mentioned yesterday, they had to cancel the read. They canceled their live show that was planned for basically like starting right now, like this time last year, because Kid Fury was having some mental health challenges. And I did vaguely remember hearing, and like I said, I haven't been listening to the read regularly, so I didn't know the details of like what all happened, but he like kind of basically, I'll say, shared his testimony during his set, and he did try to take his life at Coachella last year, which was basically this weekend, last year, and it was the week, basically like the weekend before they were about to start touring, and because it was very abrupt, because I feel like it was like maybe 2 weeks before the show was supposed to be, and they were like, everything's canceled, and I mean everybody got refunds, but so he kind of shared the story about like what happened in like in detail, but also in like not in detail, but like he was like, this is helpful for me too, to like talk about it in like a funny way. But I mean, he's like gotten all of the like help and continually getting the help like that he needs. So I think knowing, and like the read has been on for maybe 10 years at this point, and Kid Fury and Crystal are both in their like mid 30s too. So I feel like most of the people at the show were about in that age range and probably have been listening to them since we were all in our 20s. So it's like you feel not like I really don't like to toe the line of parasocial relationships with people on the internet that you like know, or celebrities or things like that. But because they share so much of their personal life, it does feel like I was like so glad to see him there and like feeling like alive and happy and all of that. And then the title of the tour is Life is Better, which I mean, that's his life is better. Like that's how he feels. But I also feel in general like life is better now. Like I'm feeling better about life, I'll say, in this like calendar year too. So it was a really good show. It wrapped up I was nervous I was going to be late. I was planning to leave at like, 'cause it started at 7:15, and it's about like 25, it could be up to 30 minutes to like get over there from where I live, especially at that time of day. So I planned to leave like 45 minutes before the show started. And it took me, I'm not even kidding, over 10 minutes to get an Uber, which that's insane. Like, I don't like that's happened to me a handful of times recently. And when I've been talking to other people, not just in Chicago, but other cities too, they say the same thing. And like, I'm sorry, I should be able to get an Uber in 3 minutes max. I don't know what's going on, an Uber or Lyft. And then I finally got connected to one that was close. I think it was a Lyft actually. And then he messaged me and was like, hey, I'm going to get gas, so I'll be there in a bit. What? Like, that's crazy. So I was like literally toggling back and forth between Uber, Lyft, and then Curb, which is like a taxi app. And I ended up getting a Curb that like showed up right away. And like, I actually prefer to take taxis a lot of the time. And I need to get back in the habit of taking them because now Uber and Lyft prices are not necessarily cheaper than taxis, and taxis drive faster. I mean, this is their whole job. They like drive faster and better, quicker. They get you there, I feel like, faster, and they don't want to talk to you the whole way, which is nice. So I got there like 5 minutes before the show was supposed to start, and like people were still lined up outside, like filing in, and it didn't actually start till like 7:30. So I was like, I should have known this wasn't going to start on time. Like, not that it was like super late or anything. And then it wrapped up probably like, I don't know, 9:30ish. And then I just kind of came home, had a little midnight snack. Oh, it was a 10 p.m. snack because I was pretty hungry. I hadn't like really eaten a good dinner, and then went to bed. And then this morning I've taken Rumi out on a walk. Oh, you heard me say I took you on a walk? She's staring at me. Took Rumi out on like a little walk. And then I just did like my morning time skincare and everything. And I'm drinking a little bit of coffee. And then I'm going to take Rumi to daycare in a few minutes. I had planned on taking her there just because I was going to be at like my tour. And then I also have dinner plans later today. So I wanted her to have like a good fun day too, even though I'd be gone a lot. And they're also serving breakfast in my lobby, allegedly starting at 9 a.m. So I actually am probably going to leave. I'm going to actually finish this coffee and then go to drop Rumi off. And then I guess see what I'm going to do with the rest of my day now. Like, I literally, I mean, I didn't have anything else planned because I thought I'd be occupied. I mean, I need to clean up my apartment, but it's like nice out. So maybe I'll go over like to the lakefront or something. Anyway, we'll see where this day takes me.
Renee, do you want to go to the Bow Wow Lounge? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on. All right, let's go, girly.
You may notice that I now have different glasses on than I had this morning because I did stop on my way back from dropping off Rumi at the Bow Wow Lounge by Big City Optical to pick up these glasses because I mean, I've had these for a while. So like if you've been watching any of my past videos, these are the glasses I wear like all the time. But I went to the eye doctor at Big City Optical, and then my prescription changed, which I had a feeling it was going to. It's actually getting lower, shockingly, like less and less strong. But I got lenses updated. I mean, these glasses were too expensive to just like I paid too much money for them to just be like, okay, I'll get a totally new set of frames at that same price point, or just like to let these go to waste. So I got the lenses updated in these. And then I probably said this yesterday, but those ones I had on earlier are new too, but they're from Kits, like an online glasses place. So I picked these up. Because they called me yesterday to say they were ready. And I was like, oh, when am I gonna be able to pick them up? And then I forgot it's literally like a couple blocks away, or not far away from the Bow Wow Lounge. So I stopped by there on my way back. And then that breakfast in the lobby actually wasn't bad looking. Like, I ended up getting a bagel and then like probably maybe too much fruit. I don't know. Then they had mimosa or like champagne and orange juice. So I made a mimosa. And then I also got a cup of coffee because why not? Even though I've already had coffee today, but like I fully try to take advantage of every amenity that my building offers because I mean the rent is too high anyway. I mean rent's high everywhere, but I pay too much money to not do that. And there's like no one else down there, which granted, I mean it's kind of early for a weekend, but like they've had these signs posted and they sent out an email I think about it too for a while that it's like started at like at 9 this morning. And it was the bagels are from some place I've never heard before called Steingolds, I think, and they looked really really good. And then I got like a chive cream cheese. I'm excited to eat this. And then remember when I was like, oh, what am I gonna do now with my day and my afternoon? Then, like always, my mind started compiling a list of things that I can slash should slash want to do. One of them is this is probably what I will do is edit or start editing. Maybe I'll finish, I don't know, my vlog of my family vacation to Jamaica from, I guess we've been back for like 2 weeks now because I haven't started editing that. And then probably sit outside because, like I said, it's really nice out. Maybe listen to some music, watch a little TV. And then honestly, I mean, it's only 10 o'clock, but it'll probably be like the afternoon by then. So anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this breakfast and then try to make the most of my day. Okay, so I'm sitting here just like enjoying my breakfast, the whole breakfast that I had, and I just turned on YouTube. And I always have like saved my hair looks so frizzy. But I always have like videos saved in my like watch later that like I just go back and watch later. And one of them is Raye, like the artist Raye, her SNL performance from maybe it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe it could be 3 weeks ago at this point. I mean, by the time this vlog is live, it'll have been easily over a month ago. But I just felt so moved by that I had to share my thoughts because so I have not been like that tuned in, I guess, tapped into Raye, but she is performing like she's gonna be at Lollapalooza, which did get tickets. Like I'm going to Lollapalooza this summer for the first time actually since I've lived in Chicago, but the lineup was just too good to say no to. So anyway, I've been like looking at like artists like in the lineup outside of the headliners just to like listen to them, see like who else I'd be interested in. And she does have a trending sound on TikTok. It's that escapism song, which that's what she just performed, but it's sped up. I don't know if the beat is changed too, but it's like a little context and it blah 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 blah. I don't remember the words, but like yeah, it's like a little context, innocent, the missing. Okay, like did I sound like her? No, but like you should get the vibe from that. She very like this live performance was so good. Like I feel like I need to download now literally all of her entire catalog into Apple Music. Do I need her album on vinyl if it's available? I love SNL performances because I do feel like I mean, I guess outside of it like Ashley Simpson, it's like very much live vocals and just like it's a raw cut down vibe like of whoever the artist is, and she was just so good. Like she was giving vocals very much so, giving a little bit of like a Amy Winehouse vibe, which like RIP. And also I could just be saying that because she's from the UK and has like an English accent, but like I feel like am I now Ray's biggest fan? She also I know co-wrote on Cowboy Carter. I think it's Riverdance, which that's one of my favorite songs from Cowboy Carter. And I think she also co-wrote or something on a song from The Gift. I want to say it's Bigger, which that's I love the song Bigger too from The Gift, which that's a very underrated Beyonce album. If you haven't listened to it, like honestly pause this video and go pull it up and then actually watch Black is King on Disney Plus and then come back to this. So like I just think I'm Ray's biggest fan now. So anyway, that was so unhinged, but I literally as I was watching it, I was like, ooh, I was so moved by her performance. Should I watch it again? Maybe. Now I feel like I'm gonna fall into a YouTube spiral of watching any content that I can find on Raye because I'm kind of obsessed now. Okay, just to give a pulse check, I literally am now obsessed with Raye. I'm currently watching her NPR Tiny Desk. Like, am I her biggest fan? I think I am. She just has such like a soul. Like this is giving like I did a 5 minute or 5 second deep dive into her and her like genre or like her vibe is like neo soul, which that's like my truly favorite type of music. So and like a lot of her influences are like Erykah Badu, Frank Ocean, Beyonce, like so literally all of my faves. And she just truly is giving like jazz, gospel, like true musician in terms of like everything that's happening. I am obsessed. Like, is this becoming an ad for Raye? But I'm gonna finish watching this Tiny Desk, and then I like it was like, okay, this will be the last thing I watch about Raye for today. Oh, I watched her like second SNL performance from that like appearance that she had. Like, oh my god, the singing that she's doing right now, this is insane. But and I also love NPR Tiny Desk concerts. Like almost any artist, even if I've never heard of them before, if I watch these, this is like a true litmus test. This was probably 5 years ago. Yeah, I think it was in 2019, pre-pandemic. I was visiting my friend Sam in New York and we were just trying to find something to do that night. And she was like, oh, do you want to go see Maren Morris at Radio City Music Hall? She's like a newer musician. I had literally never heard of her before. I watched her Tiny Desk and I was like, sign me up, let's go. And like we went to go see her that night. And I just like love Tiny Desk. Like the Big Sean one that just came out. The Jeezy one is good. I just watched that. The Juvenile one, 12 out of 10. But anyway, I'm really deep in this Raye one right now. And I just like I love finding I mean, she's not a new
artist. She's been out for like a year or two, but like new to me. And as I'm reading the comments on this video, literally everyone is like, okay, wow, I think I'm obsessed. So like this is a global phenomenon. Raye is taking over. It's almost 5 o'clock. The day is kind of like flying by to a degree. So I did sit outside for a little while and on my balcony, and I did work on editing that vlog that I mentioned, and I got a decent way through, maybe like, I don't know, maybe like a third of the way through. So hopefully I'll finish over the next few days. But I had to come inside though because it was hot. Like I was sweating, like kind of dripping in sweat. And then the sun kind of moves like basically right in front of my like window at about the 3 o'clock hour. And so I feel like, or I guess right in front of my balcony is what I should say, at around the 3 o'clock hour. So like that was beating down on me. So I had to come inside. And I'm about to go pick up Rumi from the Bow Wow Lounge and then come back, get ready, go to that dinner. So I remember when I was like, oh, I have all this extra time. What am I going to do? I found my way to keep myself occupied. Oh, and also since, I mean, this is basically now like a Raye stan account. Even though like I don't love stan culture, I'm kind of like anti-stan culture, but I listened to her whole album actually while I was in the shower and then like just like kind of like getting ready and stuff. And it was so good. I'm obsessed. So I need it on vinyl immediately. I mean, it's under $20, which isn't bad. So I will be getting that pretty soon. I'm trying to like hold off on buying any new albums until Record Store Day, which is next Saturday, because there's like a handful that I want from there. So I'm trying to like budget myself, but that one I think I need. So let me head out to get Rumi, pick Rumi up in the Bow Wow Lounge. And then I'll probably the next time I'll be back is probably before, like when I'm about to head out to my dinner, or maybe even after. We'll see how I'm doing on time. All right, so it's 10 till 7. So yeah, it's like 10 till 7. Ooh, this lighting is nice. It's almost 7. I need to leave like basically now, just to make sure, because now I'm nervous about my Uber situation yesterday, how it took so long. So I'm gonna try to leave now because it'll take me like about 20-25 minutes to get there. I don't want to be late. So I don't remember if I said where I'm going. So I'm going to KOMO, which I've never been to, in the West Loop. And I want to say, and so we're doing an 8-course tasting menu. I'm going with a group of girls that I go to dinner with like about once a month. I actually think I went to dinner with them on one of my weekend vlogs like a couple months ago, like in January. We went to Indine, like a Michelin star restaurant, but this is like an 8-course tasting menu. I also forgot that I already paid for this. So everything I've been doing this weekend is basically free because this I already paid for, including gratuity. I mean, I'll probably have like a drink or something. And then yesterday that comedy show was already paid for. So cheers to that. But I'm excited. So anyway, okay, so I got ready. I did a little bit more of like a full coverage makeup look than like I do on a day-to-day. So I actually just posted like my everyday makeup routine on my channel, probably a couple videos back by the time this one's live. So I did actually, I mean, I did more makeup than that because I was like pretty late. So I did like the Danessa Myrick skin tint, a little eyeshadow, some highlighter, a deep like blush, and then that's probably the only thing that's like different. And I'm wearing my glasses. I did not feel like putting contacts on, and I feel like these glasses are kind of cool, so it works. But here is my final look. I literally didn't put this on until just now. So in my mind, I was hoping that it was going to work, but I wasn't sure if it actually would, and it does. It like looks totally fine. Like I said yesterday, I've been trying to like refigure out my style, and I feel like I'm back, baby. Like Brittany's back. And this look today is yet again, I feel like inspired by Cowboy Carter. The Western theme goes strong. So, okay, here's what I have on. I have on, so these cowboy boots I just bought last weekend from Brown Elephant in Andersonville. They were only $25 and I feel like they're in really, really good condition. Even the guy checking me out was like, oh, these are really good condition and they fit me. And I mean, I wear like a size 10, which I feel like it's rare to find things in that size, especially at like thrift shops. And then I have this black slip dress on that's just from, I think it's from Target. And then this leather jacket that I literally have not been able to fit for probably about 2 years, but I think it's from Amazon. It's really old. And that's it. And then I think as far as like a bag, I'm just gonna bring this J. Crew bag that my friend Leah recommended to me and I've been really obsessed with. It's just really cute. And I feel like it goes well with like the rest of this look. It's very full because I have some products in here that I'm gonna give to some of the girls because at the last dinner when we got together, somehow we were talking about work and then one of the girls I hadn't met before and so was like saying, oh yeah, I like work for Sephora corporate. And she was like, oh, do you always get a lot of free stuff? I was like, yeah, I do. And I'm always trying to not get rid of stuff, but I just always have stuff piled up that I really just want to make sure it gets to like a good home and gets used instead of just wasting it by me holding on to it. And they were like, oh, if you have anything, like feel free to bring stuff. So I found a few things in here that I'm gonna bring today. So hopefully someone wants to take some of them. All right, enough yapping from me. I gotta go.
With a black tiger shrimp, coconut cream chives, and jalapeno. Jalapeno is just to add extra flavor. On the other side, you have the baby cucumbers, garlic chips, sesame seeds, and ponzu sauce. So with this one, the chef recommend mix all these. We have the shawarmushi. So this is the traditional egg castor, come with the burgundy truffle and also uni, which is the kimchi. So with this one, the chef recommend enjoy with the wood spoon. And with this one, I really recommend grab a small bites. And the chef recommend don't mix all this together because all the flavor is gonna go away. Right? Good job.
Good morning, happy Sunday. I almost am getting a little sad that the weekend's over. Well, it's not over, it's just like starting to come to an end, but I still have one full day of the weekend to enjoy, which is good. So it's like, yeah, it's 9 o'clock now. I just took Rumi out on a walk and now she's like chowing down on her breakfast over there. And I'm sitting here on the couch having some coffee and trying to decide like what I'm gonna do with like my immediate morning. But the dinner last night was really fun. I mean, it was good. The name of the place, oh, KOMO. I said that before I went, and I don't remember if I talked about what it was, but it's a Japanese restaurant, and we did an 8-course tasting menu. And with tasting menus, sometimes it's always like because usually the portions are so small, so at first you're like, oh man, this is like not a lot of food, but like, ooh, the 8 courses obviously ends up being a lot. And these courses were very like generous with the sizing. Like I was kind of surprised how big some of them were, especially like, I mean, I feel like that makes the value of the tasting like even better because it was really good. So of the 8 courses, the only one that I didn't love was there was like a foie gras like I don't know what they called it, but it was like kind of like a fried patty almost, but it was just not super, I don't know, it was kind of it was a weird flavor. I don't know if weird is the right word, but like the batter of like for the breading and then like frying it, I don't know, it was just like an interesting, I've never seen foie gras served like that. And then I don't know, it just wasn't, I feel like I couldn't taste anything in it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then there was, the first course was a soup, which was so good, and I'm not even like a soup fan. Usually like I'm very meh about soups, but that soup was delicious. It was like almost like we were all like scraping the bowl. And then the dessert was so good. It was a green tea creme brulee, which was good. And then I had a couple cocktails there too. So I got a lychee martini, and then the other drink I got was called the, what was it? Oh, Yomokuzu, I think. And like the girl Ashley sitting next to me, she ordered that, but she got it. Okay, Remy is like moving all over the place this morning. She got it with gin. And so for like my second, and she was like talking about how good it was. So for my second drink, I tried it like that, and it was really delicious. And so yeah, we got there like 7:30, and then we left. It was like 10. I was actually almost 11 by the time that we headed out. They loved the Sephora products that I brought for them. They were so excited. I mean, who doesn't love a free anything, but especially like some free nice products? I felt kind of like Santa Claus. But yeah, it was a really good time overall, very fun. So then I just like came home because it was pretty late. We could like entertain the idea of going out for like a drink after, but then of the six of us, like three were like, oh, I'm gonna go home. And then I was already just like 10. I was like, yeah, I'll go if everyone else is going. And then we just like didn't. So it was, but it was fun. And then it's like, I don't want to be dramatic and say it's hot out, but it's hot out. Like my air is kicking on. And I just took Rumi out on a walk, and I had like a lighter weight jacket on, and I was sweating. Like I did not need that jacket at all. Yeah, I guess it's 70 degrees, which I mean for 9 a.m. it's kind of warm. So spring, I mean, spring has truly sprung. I mean, I'd say we sprung right into summer almost, even though like the winter that we had was barely anything at all. So yeah, it's kind of warm out. I am going to a yoga class at noon, and then I'm also going to the movies at, I can't remember if it's 2:45 or 3. Oh, it's at 2:45. Okay, that's actually good. I planned on going to the movies earlier this week on Thursday evening because I'm going to see Civil War, which I'm excited to see. So keep you posted on my review after I go. But I like when it came time to it on Thursday, like a couple hours before, I was like, I cannot go to this movie. I'm too tired. So then I just moved my ticket to today and said, like, I'm going to my favorite movie theater where I have my movie pass, Alamo Drafthouse in Wrigleyville. And then the yoga studio I'm going to, or where I'm taking my yoga class, is at Bodai Shack. I think that's how you pronounce it. Bodai Shack in Uptown. Or I don't know if this is technically, yeah, I guess this is still technically Uptown. I know their studio used to be in Uptown, and they like moved a couple blocks away, but it's like walking distance from where I live. I think I have been to the studio before when they were at their old location. I took a spin class there like probably like 6-7 years ago, like 5-6-7 years ago. And I am really trying to get back into my workout bag, we'll say. And so I have a class, I just signed up for a class pass free trial a couple days ago. And so I'm on my 2-week free trial period. So I'm trying to go, I think I already have like 4 or 5 classes signed up for like the next week. I'm starting with yoga just to like ease in a little bit, to like stretch my body because I know I haven't been stretching nearly enough. So I'm doing a yoga, like it's a pose. It's like an intro class basically today. Like I used to be, I'm not going to say so active, but very active pre-pandemic. And then it all just kind of came crumbling down. I mean, if you have been here on my channel before, you've probably heard me talk about this. And I basically gained about 50 pounds over like a year or so. And I've been losing some of that weight slowly and trying to like get back into like a fitness routine. So I'm really trying to kick that into overdrive, or not into overdrive, into drive, like just do anything with it. Starting right now. So I'm doing that. Those are like my 2 main things I have going on today. And I think though in this meantime, it's because so it's 9 o'clock, like I said, I don't have that class until noon. I think I might work a little bit more on editing that Jamaica vlog because I would really like to get it up this week and just like sit here and relax and enjoy the Sunday. So I'll be back later on. If you can't tell from this glisten on my face, that yoga class was actually something serious. I'm not gonna lie. It was really good though. I really liked it. and I would definitely go back to take another class there. But it was, I was shaking, and my body's been really tight, like especially my hamstrings. Like the other day, I actually had to roll them out, and I was like, I literally haven't even done any exercising recently, but it's probably from sitting down, like at my desk during the day a lot. But it was really good. That studio was very cool. It is the same place that I've been to when but they had a previous location, like on kind of like a couple blocks from where they are now, and or a couple streets over, actually, not even blocks. But it's also so nice. I was like 75 degrees today, which is crazy, but I was literally dripping in sweat like probably about halfway through the class, because I'm going to the movies, like I said, and the movie actually starts in an hour. But I thought, like, because it was yoga, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll need to like shower after. No, I like need to take a quick shower because like my hair is even frizzier because of how much I was sweating. But I really liked the class. I also feel like I maybe hyped myself up going there because I started watching. I don't know why I didn't think about doing this earlier, but I was seeing a bunch of TikToks of Beachella because it's Coachella weekend, and it was like people kept saying happy Beachella anniversary, happy 6 years, and I was like, let me put on Homecoming by Beyonce. I mean, I only watched an hour of it because I had to leave, but that is just like that is an unbelievable film, an unbelievable performance, an unbelievable live album, which I actually have that on vinyl too. And if you haven't watched Homecoming, like I know I said this about The Gift yesterday, but I meant it. But like Homecoming is it's so good. Just the way that like it's insane that that was a Coachella performance to begin with, because Coachella is very like, I mean it's a vibe, but it's like it's Coachella. It's like you're in the middle of the desert. They're pretty like low key performances, I guess, to a degree. But like that was, I mean, it was Beyonce, so it was like over the top. But it was also just like so culturally important in so many ways because it's insane. But Beyonce was the first ever Black female headliner in 2018. Like that's an insane statistic, and like to begin with, and then the fact that like she brought blackness, like a lot of the HBCU element of it, the like black marching bands, we had the majorettes, there's like people stepping, the swag surf of it all. And not probably like a lot of those people that were at Coachella have never seen it, or a good amount of people that go to Coachella based on like the Coachella demographic have probably never seen stuff like that. So, and then like the film, it's on Netflix by the way, like the film of it all, and like integrating in like the clips from Nina Simone, and like I don't know, it's something I hadn't watched it in a while, and I was like, wow, I sometimes forget how good this is. Like it is outstanding. So, and it's just like again so culturally important, so culturally relevant to everyone in America, and would 12 out of 10 recommend watching it. So anyway, I was watching that, and then on my walk there, it was like about a 20-minute walk, I started listening to the album of where I left off on the film. And so by the time I got there, I was like ready to go. Anyway, like the endorphins are pumping through my body. I'm gonna take a quick shower, change my clothes, and then I actually probably need to leave in like 20 minutes to be honest. But I am ready to go to the movies because I'm hungry and I'm like ready to eat something. But I'll be back probably after my movie because I'm really excited about this movie. So I'm curious to like, I'm excited to share my thoughts like after I watch it. Okay, so post movie, that movie ended maybe like 20 minutes ago. I'm home now. I honestly felt like I should have walked home. So I walked there because it was just like so nice out. It's like a 20-minute walk or so. And that film was so harrowing that I felt like I needed to like decompress. Like I felt like I took a deep breath at the end, and I was almost in like a daze because like it was a good movie. I'm glad I saw it. I don't think I will probably ever watch it again. More than likely, I don't think I would watch it again just because of like how again how harrowing it was. So okay, so it's obviously I knew it was like the title of the movie is Civil War, so I knew it was kind of about that, but I think it was much more of a war, like literally a war movie than I maybe thought or expected it to be based on like the previews. And I don't know if I feel like I still need to like wrap my mind around a lot of my thoughts, and I might share it on my favorites video of the for this month. So I don't know how much detail I'm gonna try not to go into too much detail now, but like just like the gist of it is, I mean, it's like about photojournalists, like the press, especially like in war time situations, and just like the way like the cinematography, like the way that it was shot, like I literally was like sitting with my knees almost to my chest like the whole time because I was so stressed. Like I felt anxious when I left. Like I'm not even kidding because of just again like how it was shot. Like I felt like I was in this war. And what's interesting about it though is, and nothing that I'm going to say now is like a spoiler, I don't think, but it's about a civil, like basically like a second civil war in the United States, which we might not be far off from. You don't like, it's all shot, like it's all, the whole entire movie is from the perspective of the press and like the photo and like a couple photojournalists, Kirsten Dunst being one of them. And it's like their journey to basically like cover it, but they're really trying to like get to the president to like get his, because they basically think like the US, like what is the United States government is about to be like taken over by these other forces. So they're trying to get like a quote from him, like a picture with it, like basically get his like last words pretty much. And so they're going from like New York to DC, but they're driving and they basically have to take like all these alternate routes because they like can't drive through Philly because like Philly's taken over and like they can't drive this way. They got to go around here and like they're stopping through Charlottesville because that's like a big like war base or whatever, an army base, I guess. And you don't really know. And I kind of think this was important to the movie is like you don't really know, there's no good guy and bad guy in terms of like whose side you want to be on, which I personally think is like a good move, or I liked that in this movie because to me there is no right or wrong side in a war, like, and wars are tragic, they are traumatic, and they are um they're just dark, like very, very dark. And I feel like that's literally what the film was about. Like war is tragic and it's like such a loss of human life and like things and everything. And also the press is supposed to be like a neutral party. Like they're just there to report the facts. So like you're never like, oh, I want like these guys to like, I don't know, you're never like really thinking about anybody, like what side, quote unquote, to take. And I also think it was interesting because I haven't really ever, I was trying to think while I was sitting there and like, I've never seen a movie about war quite like shot and like depicted in this way that is about a war that hasn't happened yet, because it kind of reminded me a lot of like a Black Hawk Down or like Pearl Harbor, and those are actually like historical events that are they're just like were made into movies, whereas this hasn't happened. So it's just like like I don't know, that made it even like a little bit creepier and weird. And just the like even like the imagery of like the Lincoln Memorial being bombed and like all these like, and like this is America, like this is where I live, this is my home. And then I was thinking like this is the reality for a lot of people, and like as Americans we are like shielded from like a lot of that. Like there hasn't been a war fought on American soil since like the Civil War, basically. So like that's not a reality for us, but it is for a lot of people, and a lot of times Americans are the cause of that for those people. So it was just like I don't know, it was really interesting. Like I feel like I don't even know how to wrap my like mind around a lot of like my thoughts, but I think it's I think it's an important movie, I think, for people to see. And there was one quote that Kirsten Dunst's character said towards the beginning, and I felt like it was very poignant point, is because she's been a war journalist for like you based on like the setup of her character, you assume for like decade or like at least probably 20 years or so. And I mean, and she's seen like a lot of war. And it looks like she's been overseas a lot. And like she has these flashbacks basically to like past things she's been shot, that she shot. And she says like, I always felt like, or I hoped and felt like when I was sending photos back home that it was like a warning of don't let this happen. Like we can't let this happen to us, and here we are. And like it's true. It's like people we've been like I don't know, it's like don't let this happen. Like we can all stop this from happening together. Something quite like this. And like war in general. And it's just like the way it was shot was really cool because again, it's from the perspective of the press. So there's so many moments when like it would suddenly be like a picture that's being captured on the screen, and like that's like it would like be a freeze frame. And also the movie was so quiet. There was not a ton of dialogue. I mean, there was obviously some, but the story was told through like you're following these characters and following them like through all these like moments. And I don't know. It was just, again, it was crazy. I feel like I need to like better wrap my mind around it, but those are like my initial thoughts. Again, thought it was good. I'm glad I saw it. I don't know if I could handle watching it again. Maybe if it comes to streaming and I could like pause it and like take a lap or something. Anyway, the food that I had was good, pretty good too, but I felt like I was started eating it so slowly because I was just like so captivated by like the movie and so like, oh my God, what is happening? But okay, it's like about 5:30 now. I think I'm actually gonna end the vlog here because I mean the weekend's kind of wrapping up. It's still like such a beautiful day out. Rumi's actually sitting outside. When I came home, she like barely ran up to like said hello to me and then she like immediately ran to the balcony door and like got in her little spot outside. Like, look at her. What a life. What a life she leads. Hey, Remy. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna wrap the vlog up here. I feel like I had a really good weekend overall. I'm glad I did end up getting to relax a little bit after my like pizza tour was canceled yesterday. Got a workout in, had a fun dinner, listened to some good music, and all in all enjoyed it. If you made it this far in the vlog, hope that you've been enjoying it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.